Hi, everyone. Welcome. What is it? Episode 54 of Go Boom Live? Hold on. I gotta pull up stuff so we have stuff to talk about on this wonderful day. Goodness, I have been working. I got some stuff filmed. Mostly for the Bible channel. So I'm really excited. I'm doing a lot of adjustments over on my Bible channel. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. Oh, also everybody, I was thinking about doing a members only stream today. Like I made a community post the other day saying that I might do a members only stream because I got bombarded with like Muslim bots and Muslims in general. But I don't know. I kind of like, heck it. I don't care right now. My mods are here, and if people get like dumb, we'll just start banning people. But yeah, usually I don't know. Even though sometimes I get annoyed with that kind of stuff, I don't know. I ain't gonna let that stop me from the regular public streams. So So I'm here. Thank you everybody for the support and stuff and like the kind words when we were discussing this. I'm just reading this because hold on. Let's go ahead and read this right now because I'm like curious. So I shared something about YouTube making some changes, but now I'm seeing a community note. So let's see. This was something that sounded great. So hopefully the community note isn't saying this isn't going to happen, but it basically what they said here was starting July 15th, YouTube will only pay creators who use their real voice and produce original content. Following will not be eligible for monetization, which is reused or repurposed videos, copied content, low effort upload, full AI generated videos. And my response, I thought, this sounds awesome, right? So I said, good, people have been cluttering the platform with AI slop for easy cash. YouTube is better with actual creators who have genuine passion for their videos. But now I'm seeing a community note. So let's say the community note is, I mean, this is how I feel. Like people are like, well, what about people who want to stay anonymous? And write a book or have someone else narrate your videos. I don't know. Or better yet, don't be anonymous. Put your voice out there. Because that's the thing. I do get why some people prefer to stay anonymous, and I think that's fine. But also, man, sometimes you got to put yourself out there. It depends on what, like your topics and stuff. But if it's something that's a big deal affecting society, yeah, it helps when we speak out and we're not scared to do that. So let's say the community note says YouTube won't be introducing any major changes on July 15th. However, the platform will be strengthening its policy to identify and flag unoriginal content. This type of content has been ineligible for monetization for some time now. Well, how come I see it? What do you mean it's been ineligible? Because oh my goodness, I've been getting these like, I saw this video on YouTube where somebody was just like, hey, let me show you my business ventures of full AI videos on YouTube. And they don't even create their own content. They literally let's find a niche. They find a niche. They find someone else who already worked hard and made their own video and script. And they show that to AI and they say, hey, write a script like theirs. Just make it your own. And then the AI writes it. Then they put another AI prompt to narrate what the AI wrote. And then they were going on like Fiverr websites and stuff and hiring people from India to paying like $5 or however much to have them edit the video for them and put stock photos in the background and stuff, or AI photos. And so it's just and it's annoying. It ruins the platform because the great thing about YouTube has always been the passionate creators who are talking about topics that they're passionate about and all of that. And now that all this AI stuff has happened and people look at YouTube as just a business venture, so they're not So they keep doing cheap crap like this, where it's just like, oh, they're essentially stealing other people's content and just having AI change it for them a little bit instead of them putting their own. It's just so infuriating. So it says that can't be monetized, but that's definitely not true. Let's see what. Okay, YouTube says here, okay, because this one said YouTube is cracking down on unoriginal content with a major monetization change. All right. They said not exactly. To clarify, this is a minor update with our longstanding YouTube partner program policy to help us better identify when content is mass produced or repetitive. This type of content has already been ineligible for monetization for years and is content viewers often consider spam. Well, it's there. I see people talking about raking in the dough from using AI to make videos for them. Well, heck, so maybe they're not actually. They need to work on their system to detect it better because people are doing it. What the heck? Well, there's that. Y'all, do y'all remember how YouTube used to be? It was so much better. YouTube used to be so much better. I feel like what YouTube has turned into has been this. Everything has to be a production too, and I don't like that. I miss old school YouTube from like 2015, where it was fun and you followed people for their genuine passion about stuff, and everything didn't have to be a huge production. It didn't have to be. What happened was YouTube just changed so much from that like personable, like, hey, normies making content to now you have to try to be like a news station. You know what I mean? It's like insane. Mods, I need you to ban somebody for saying something extremely inappropriate. If I have a mod on YouTube, please. Can I do it here? Oh, here we go. Yeah, guys, don't let that stuff fly if people say really inappropriate things like that. Okay, let's see. But yeah, I miss that. And now it just feels like YouTube just caters to, oh, now you have to try to make this look like a news station or something. And it's like, man, I miss the very personable, like different YouTube. What did they just said something pervy about me. So anyway, but yeah, now this is why I feel like platforms like TikTok are, especially among the youth, why they are gravitating toward platforms like that, because on TikTok, that's what you see. You just see a bunch of normies on there making stuff. And YouTube has turned into, hey, you want to keep up, you have to create a whole production. And you just miss a lot of heart. And I still like a lot of channels that are higher production value and stuff, but I miss how much it used to just be focused on normie content, like normies just with the camera. That's what I like to see. I don't want everything to have to be like a newscast setup and this and that. So I don't know. It's just, yeah. Honestly, I spend way more time on TikTok than YouTube, and that's one reason why. Even though I know TikTok is not without issues. But now TikTok's trying to gravitate more to that too. So every time they do stuff like that, they're always just opening up a more of an opportunity for people who just want to see normies. That's how most of us are. When we're making our content, hey, I don't want to have to be some newscaster. I just want to be my normie self. And when I'm looking at content online, I just want to see the normie stuff. I don't want to see everybody try to be this big fancy production. I just don't. Like, I don't have cable TV. I canceled my cable TV because I don't want to watch that. I'd rather just watch normies. So I don't know if TikTok keeps focusing on that too and goes in that direction, which it kind of seems like they're trying to, then there's just going to be another platform that turns up Because that's the thing. When you think of old YouTube, man, it was so fun. Because it was just somebody with a potato camera, didn't even matter, was just on there doing random things, talking, whatever it was a much better time. But now it's like, my goodness, you're trying to be cable TV? I can't do that. I can't be cable TV. I don't want to be cable TV. You know? Oh no, the stream didn't auto start. Well, it's okay. We were just kind of rambling about YouTube dumb stuff. So happy that you're here. Okay. Let me get some of these super chats. Let's start off with the Wombo $50 super chat from Andrew. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Wishing you a blessed stream. Also, I got big news. Over the 4th of July weekend, I went and bought myself a new toy, a 44 Magnum revolver. Nice. It is so beautiful, and I think it will be my new secondary. No, wait, my primary. I'm glad I bought it. How awesome. Have you taken it to the range yet? I know you just got it, so maybe not yet, but I bet you are excited about that. That is so rad. All right, Randall became a member. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Randall. We've got Chris Rubio with the 5. I just uploaded a new members only vlog yesterday too here on this channel. So I was like, well, it's funny. I kind of just went on some tangents, honestly. Went on some tangents. It was fun. Because at first I was like, I don't know what to talk about, but I just felt like making something. All right, so Chris Rubio with the $5 says, I'm currently on the road back to Texas. Very nice. I hope to catch the tail end of this. Didn't get to see fireworks in Utah, mountain fire and burn ban. Oh, what a bummer. Well, I hope that your travels are going well and safely. Thank you so much for the super chat. Did you guys just see Edward just dart out there and Coltrane's like, what's going on? I'm sure Edward's gonna be causing some problems. My black cat, he's wilding all the time. Oh, 13 Red Tonian wants me to say my favorite slur. I'm multi-streaming. So yeah. So sadly, I cannot say that word on YouTube. But if I was streaming Rumble only, I could. But I am on YouTube right now. And X. I'm telling you, X has been dumb. I'm just infuriated with X. There's been times this week where I'm just like, I don't even know if I want to post here anymore. I've been over it. But I'm still here. I'm still on X, but sometimes I just am over it and am done with the platform because it's so overridden by bots. It's annoying. But yeah, and they've just gotten dumb with how restrictive they are with what you're allowed to. They claim to be a free speech platform, but it's not. They took my monetization away for saying my favorite word. And it's like, so now we have Yacarino who just resigned. And I don't know, I guess that's maybe good news, but I don't think it solves everything because at the end of the day, I think that she was just the fall guy. She's the one that you could blame for Elon not making it actually, because he markets X as a free speech platform, but it's not. So here we have Linda Yacarino who resigned. And it's like, okay, good news. Now I'll get rid of the bots and this app might be decent once more because it's almost unusable at this point. But I don't really think it's going to make that much of a difference. He'll probably just get another CEO who will be the fall guy. Because here's the thing. Elon Musk was like, oh, this is going to be the free speech platform and all this and that. But then what happened? It wasn't free speech. He brings her on. And it's just so, she goes freedom of speech, but not reach. This, you're not actually getting reach. If you're not, then if they limit your reach, and how is that freedom of speech? So it's just like, okay, they just brought her on to blame her for the platform not actually being freedom of speech. So yeah, I never made a whole lot on X anyway. I still have the monetization, or I still have the paid subs enabled. They still let me have that, but they took away my ad monetization, which again, I didn't ever make a whole lot on that anyway, but it's just the principle of it that is annoying. It's like, oh my goodness. Free speech platform. Yeah, I don't think so. And like the things I got in trouble for was calling out perverts, calling out these literal pedophiles. But oh, you didn't use nice words when you talked about those pedophiles. We're just in crazy, crazy world. All right, we've got Douglas Monroe with the 20. Thank you so much. This ain't much. Oh, I appreciate it. But this should help you or someone you know that's lost their house in the flooding down there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not near that area. I don't know how far away that was from me, but I didn't personally see any effects of that flood, but that is so devastating. And we definitely do need to pray for everyone who was affected by all of that. Hold on, we got a Rumble rant too. Let me show that. Pac-Man with a 10. It says, good evening, Melanie. I hope you are having a great evening so far. Are you looking forward to football to start up in a couple of weeks? Can't wait for the Packers training camp. I am stoked with Steelers having Aaron Rodgers. I got my Aaron Rodgers jersey, so I'm ready. I am very excited. So it'll be awesome. I'm really hoping that the Steelers will, be able to break our streak of losing wild card games. We've got Laird of Darkness with a $2. In a moment of weakness, I consulted the I Ching about the Epstein client list. Given what the Lord did to King Saul for consulting medium, how cooked am I? I don't know who I Ching is, so it sounds like you did consult a medium. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, we saw what happened to King Saul, who died, but don't. I don't know if you're trolling or if you actually did that, but I'm just going to tell people, do not, like the Bible is very serious about this. Do not dabble in witchcraft. Do not consult mediums. First of all, is a waste of money because they're just going to tell you either at best, they're going to get information from demons, and that's not credible because then they could be lying and all of that. So at best, you're hearing from a demon, which definitely isn't good. Otherwise, they're just lying and making stuff up. So you shouldn't do that for sure. But it sounds like you're repentant about it because you do feel bad about it. So repent to God for that. And just to avoid that stuff moving forward. But hey, again, like you are demonstrating evidence of repentance. So that's a good thing. And just move forward, walk with Jesus. Most likely you won't have to endure something like Saul did in that situation. But hey, it's something you're able to learn from. So, hey, you live and learn. What? Your granny wasted $2,300 on a cat psychic? A cat psychic? What? Oh, the I Ching is an ancient Chinese divination book. Okay, so you didn't actually consult a medium, but you looked into a divination. Well, it's obviously not good. It's demonic as well. So you got to be careful of that. Because when you start dabbling in that kind of stuff, witchcraft, you can be inviting demons in your life. Like you're opening the door and inviting demons to come into your life. And so I would definitely pray that God protects you from any demons and that God will close any doors that you opened to invite demons into your life. Rebuke those demons in the name of Jesus Christ and move forward. Chris Rubio says it's still not. Is it still not letting me super chat? I got it. I got your other one. I don't know if you saw me mention it. And I see this, so it's working, Chris. Thank you so much. Tony Morrow at the 199 says, I refuse to see the new Superman movie. Why? I know a lot of people thought it was going to be about immigration because of what Sean Gunn said, but that wasn't what James Gunn said. I think it is going to be a fun movie. I don't know. Let's see how the Rotten Tomatoes is. Let's see what consult the Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes Superman. Let's do this. Okay. So surprisingly a lot higher on both. 96? 96? Viewer rating? I thought it was good. Okay, well, I was shooting for like a 75. I would have been very happy with a 70. Because like I've been telling people, you know, since I've been talking about this, hey, this looks like a fun watch. I think it'll be a 7 out of 10. Should be fun. Not expecting a masterpiece. But to see a 96% from verified viewer ratings, that's crazy. 84% from critics. I don't trust critic reviews at all, so I kind of just don't give a crap. But this, I was expecting lower from the critic side because it did seem like some woke people didn't like it for whatever reason. I don't know why. Come Friday, Melanie. The new Superman is woke freaking garbage. I don't think it will be. I really don't. Watch what I made. Did I only make one video about it? I reacted to like the trailer. I can't remember if I made 1 or 2 videos about Superman. But the videos I made about it, I was positive. I was saying, hey, this actually looks good. But I don't think it's going to be a masterpiece, like I said. So let's see. We've got, let's see what the negative review says. A top critic, guys. A whole top critic. Oh, wait. It linked me to an article. I just want to read. Okay. It says, Gunn doesn't just borrow from his own Guardians movies, but in his dumpster diving ways salvages elements from Superman 3 and Supergirl. It's all lightly amusing and likely expensive mayhem that will please fans of the director and the genre. Oh, I definitely don't want to see recycled Guardians of the Galaxy type stuff. And I don't think the Guardians of the Galaxy vibe works for Superman personally. So we'll see. We've got this guy who says the DC relaunch needed to forge its own path, not play like the last few MCU hits. Warner Bros. Wants you to believe it's a bold new vision, but Gunn's marketable eccentricity. Why is that so hard to say right now? Is as safe a bet as they could have made. I don't like the sound of that. I don't want them like copying the Marvel stuff. Not a fan of this. Not gonna lie. Let's see what he says here. It's a dull Superman reboot, frequenting overcrowded places and crashing before flying with its predictable plot about illegal aliens and fake news. Is it? Is it about illegal aliens or not? I saw Flash. Yellow Flash says it's not woke. So, and even Nerdrotic said it's not woke, but he found it boring, I believe is what his take was. I don't know. I'm still going to give it a shot. I want to watch it. I just can't help it. Now let's see some positive stuff, because we got David Sims here who says this Superman is more than anything concerned with our society's struggle to accept the possibility of inherent goodness. The result is an optimistic movie, one that sees a hopeful way forward for both Superman and the world's other caped men and women. Here's the thing. Inherent goodness doesn't exist. You don't have goodness without God. Possibly the most hyped cinematic reboot in the history of reboots, and also a perfectly inadequate wait, why does that say? Why is this a positive? Piece of light entertainment. I don't know why that was positive. Perhaps the best compliment I can give the film is this. It made me want to be a better man, because that's what Superman would do. I love that. This is what Superman movies are supposed to do. You know, superhero movies in general. It's like, oh man, this makes me want to improve myself. But what a great manly example. I love this. Well, that was good. Let's see about I want to see the audience reviews. Love the movie, felt magical, and little details of including Will Reeves and Justice League struggles between Luthor and Superman are very real, funny in parts, and serious in others. I do like that because, like, that's the thing about past Superman movies is they were extremely serious. Like, and I get it. I don't want a Superman movie to be too goofy either because Superman's not a goofy franchise. So there does need to be a level of seriousness, but, you know, it doesn't have to be too serious. All right, so we have here 4 stars with a lived-in storyline moving away from the typical origin plot point. Gunn's Superman is refreshingly lighthearted. The MOS isn't overpowered, and he needs help from his friends. Casting is great and believable. Man of Steel is what he meant by MOS, I'm going to assume. And Crypto steals every scene he's in. It's fun time. Okay. I mean, I'm excited to see Crypto. Cute pupper. I'm kind of, I don't know, help from friends. I don't like them trying to add a bunch of other side characters and stuff or trying to create this overarching DCU stuff. I want to see Superman. This is his story, right? So, but we'll see. Got Lone Wolf who says, sounds like a good popcorn movie. That's my thought. And that's all I'm expecting. That's all. I'm good with it. If it's a good popcorn movie, hey, that's good with me. All right. So we'll see. We'll see about that. We've got a winged light with the 499. Did you see the post on the Tomb Raider subreddit that Lara might be leaving Dead by Daylight soon in this supposed canceled cosmetic plan? BHVR had for her. Why am I forgetting that? Are you talking about that Dead by Daylight? Oh yeah, the studio. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I did see that. I got that on my bookmarks. Let's go ahead and talk about that. I was gonna make a whole video about it, but I just thought, I don't know if it's necessary for a video. I can just talk about it on stream. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So here we have the post. It says, I want to make it clear from the start, I'm not a Dead by Daylight player myself, but this concerns both Dead by Daylight and Tomb Raider communities, so I'm sharing it here. Hold on, my screen cuts it off a little bit. Oh, heck. I have my screens over. Okay, I've got to look on this side a little bit. This leak comes from a reliable source, specifically someone who was affected by layoffs at Behavior Interactive. While I can't share exact details to protect their privacy, the info is solid. For those who are skeptical, feel free to come back to this post in a few months when the official announcement is made. For now, I will share everything I was told. Lara Croft will be leaving the Fog, as the license between Behavior Interactive and Crystal Dynamics will not be renewed. The collaboration between Behavior and Crystal Dynamics reportedly never went smoothly from the start. This was evidenced in the minimal promotion Lara received compared to other licensed survivors and the limited post-launch content. Originally, there were plans for several more cosmetics beyond the 2 outfits set to release in August. These included a winter sweater, Lara's Angel of Darkness outfit, which also appears in Fortnite. See, that would have been... Well, that's the thing. I didn't get the Dead by Daylight skin, first of all, because I don't really play Dead by Daylight hardly at all. I've barely played it. And secondly, like, I just think the nature of it, Lara Croft being, very passive and, oh, hide, let me hide, let me hide. That's not Lara Croft. I mean, it's Survivor Lara, it's the reboot Lara, but it's not actual classic Lara Croft. She would be guns a-blazing. So, as cool as it would have been to have an AOD skin, it still wouldn't work because it's just not her personality. I mean, even though there are times where she would have to hide or something, but it's not the vibe. It's just not the overall vibe of Lara Croft, except for the reboot version, which is not the same person. The Legend outfit, okay, I like the Legend outfit. And another outfit tied to a Dead by Daylight event, the name of which I don't recall, as I don't play Dead by Daylight, and it's not widely known outside the community. However, these additional cosmetics were canceled. The two upcoming outfits, the Unified Lara outfit, stop forcing the Unified Lara outfit. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, the Unified Lara Croft outfit is like the Call of Duty unification. I've covered this at length on this channel. It's where they it's inspired by the classic outfit, but it's also got it's just ugly. It's not it. It ain't it. It's a watered down version. It's basically reboot Lara in cosplay. It's not even reboot Lara. She's worse. It's just boring. It's boring. And a second variant. There are the final details from the original contract meant to give fans some closure. This fits with Crystal Dynamics' recent pattern of pulling back from external collaborations. For example, the Tomb Raider: The Shadows of Truth tabletop RPG was canceled by Evil Hat Productions after creative differences with Crystal Dynamics, and the two companies have ended their partnerships, which I made a video about this. If y'all know, you know, that super gay tabletop RPG that was going to be a Tomb Raider thing, and it had transgender character, it had a diabetes, they, them, fat character, and they had pronouns for each character. It was an abomination. It would have been, I mean, the company that made that Evil Hat, they have done lesbian games. That's something that they like to make. Like, what was it? Space lesbian sword fight? I don't know. It's one of the most cringe things I ever heard of in my life. So, yeah, it's good that was canceled. But what they're illustrating with here is Crystal Dynamics is extremely difficult to work with. I have heard rumors from people who have tried to work with Crystal Dynamics on any sort of partnership. It is the biggest pain in the butt. And people who do work, that there's even, I think I might have it on my bookmarks. I'll have to show you guys. People who work at Crystal Dynamics that say that the higher ups are the biggest pain in the butt to work for. It's a nightmare. That's why all these collaborations, all these third-party stuff, they're a giant mess. They're always terrible because Crystal Dynamics is awful to work with. All right, so no exact date has been given for when Lara will officially leave Dead by Daylight, but an announcement about the license ending is expected by the end of 2025. After that, her chapter will likely be removed from the store, similar to Stranger Things and Hellraiser. So that appears to be the case. Somebody said this is my 666th video. Does this stream mark my 666th video? Oh my goodness. That's funny. Don't worry, it won't be my last. So we're not gonna have the number of the beast on here. All right, so let me see if I can find. There's also some more stuff I wanted to share about this. I wanted to find those. Oh yeah, we also got, and more Tomb Raider news. We do have Gaming Heads has dropped a peek of their Tomb Raider Legend statue. Now, this was supposed to be for their 20th anniversary collection of Tomb Raider statues that are supposed to be able to, you can piece them together, right? Now, this was an ambitious project that was announced a long time ago before the 20th anniversary, and this was supposed to be a 20th anniversary thing. Well, now we're getting closer to the 30th anniversary, and they haven't even finished all the statues, and they're kind of phoning it in and being lazy at this point. As you see in my background, I have these 3 from this collection. Now, the first one, the Tomb Raider 1 statue, fantastic. I honestly really love it. I think they did an amazing job on it. The Tomb Raider 3 statue, same, fantastic. Now that we got to the Angel of Darkness statue, which I unboxed that several months ago. I like it for what it is. It just definitely wasn't up to par of what I was hoping it would be. And I don't think that they did fully capture the vibe of Angel of Darkness. And I explained it a little bit in my unboxing videos and stuff. How that was the one where they just kind of made her, they didn't catch her attitude enough. And I feel like the quality wasn't, I don't know, just how she looked, the mold, all that wasn't quite as good as I was hoping. But now we have this. And you know what? I know I complain about the Legend trilogy because it was really watered down and babied down, but I was still going to get this originally. I was like, I don't have a Tomb Raider Legend statue. I've got statues and collectibles of different Tomb Raider, different Lara Croft games, right? But I don't for Tomb Raider Legend. And I thought, even though I have a ton of complaints on it, I will still get this one because I like her aesthetic a lot more than the reboot, for example. But this is what we got here. Now, maybe to someone who's not necessarily an enthusiast, they might think, what's the problem? But to the enthusiasts, we're not exactly the most hyped about this because it does seem really phoned in. It's definitely, I don't think it's great. Now, I like the general pose and what they could have done with it, but it's not that great. First of all, why does this look like ravioli? If you look at the actual Excalibur here, it doesn't look nearly as detailed and as good as from in the game. The face mold that they used, which I wish I could zoom in on this a little more. Maybe hold on, let me check because I was commenting on this on other posts, so people may have posted more. Let me find that. I'll be looking. But yeah, it's just not up to par. And it looks like what they did with the Legend Lara. Oh, here you go. This is a banger tweet. We have Aya here who says, "Who keeps buying these hideous creations? What? Why did it cancel?" Hold on, let me show it. Oh, share. Okay. So I talked about this on my last video. This was the Dark Horse one. This was the unified one that looked terrible. Granted, their reboot one, I liked it. I have an unboxing video of that. Don't expect anything super majestic out of that though, because it is a budget piece. But still, this is the Legend face. As you can see, that just doesn't look like Legend Lara's face. This is why I have just no interest in buying it. First, it looks like they used the exact same mold for the Angel of Darkness face, and even that is not very accurate with the Angel of Darkness face. So it just seems so phoned in. Gaming heads just really went downhill. They used to be top of the line. Then in recent history, when we've had Sony that quits working with them, they've just been colossally spiraling. And then once they've been complaining with, my first beef with gaming heads is when they revealed the prototypes for the Angel of Darkness statue, and a lot of the fans, we were giving them input on a Facebook group, on the Gaming Heads Facebook group, and we're like, I don't like this. Like her face, she needs to look more like Angel of Darkness Lara, and she needs to be more fierce because that's the game where she was really fierce. And they're like, well, we can't have her fierce in every statue. And it's like, well, if you're going to make her more smiley, do that on another statue, not an Angel of Darkness where she's literally on the run for murder. It was so out of touch. And then also they were treating the fans terribly on that. Don't like it, don't buy it. All right, so here, I don't know why anybody bought this. And the tragedy. I don't know anybody who bought this unironically. What the heck, man? What were you thinking? You got more money than sense. All right, so let me find, because I know, well, I had some other stuff with regarding all of that. There was, because there are Weta statues that are coming out from 4 through. Okay, here it is. The core design account shared it. Let's see what she posted. She also pre-posted a lot of good stuff. Oh yeah, here it is. Now this is what I'm genuinely excited for, because Weta will do a way better job than, for some reason, Gaming Heads has just been dropping the ball on this stuff. So we have the core design account. This is a Tomb Raider fan account. Obviously, it's not the original core design because they were shut down years ago, and that's when, after Angel of Darkness released, and that's when they handed the franchise off to Crystal Dynamics, who have effectively ruined it. So we have here, she says, if you're underwhelmed by the quality of the recent statues from Dark Horse, Unified Lara statue that was advertised versus what customers are receiving, and that atrocious Legend Lara statue unveiled today by Gaming Heads, remember that Weta Workshop is currently working on those 3 Chronicles, The Last Revelation, and Angel of Darkness Lara from the recent remasters, aka the good stuff. The remasters are just fantastic. They never fail to deliver. These look fantastic. The unpainted versions are already impressive. So here we have the silhouettes, right? You have Tomb Raider Chronicles Lara Croft in her ball gown. Okay, I say that's the thing. I have to have all these. I have to have them all. And then you have Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation on this side, right? There she was in Egypt. You see her with a scorpion here. And then here you have the Angel of Darkness Lara statue. I'm so excited for this. I will definitely be having to save and prepare for my Tomb Raider statue fund, because 3 but I have to get them. So look how detailed. If you compare that to that, just what we just saw from that Legend statue that looks really cheap and phoned in for $450, mind you, that's the price point for that phoned in mess. Nah, I'm gonna wait for these. These actually look fantastic. So now let me see if I can find those interviews about people who have worked for. I thought I had tweeted that. I forgot to bookmark it. But there were actual reviews from people who have worked at Crystal Dynamics, and they shared a lot of their complaints about how difficult the developers at Crystal Dynamics are to work with. And here, I'm scrolling down. He might not have it on his. I might have seen it somewhere else, sadly. But let's see. Crystal Dynamics. Yeah, because they still have the Perfect Dark thing on there. Oh, and that's, with the whole Perfect Dark thing getting closed down, I'm sure Crystal Dynamics didn't help with that, because, well, first of all, and I made a video about it was going to be abysmal, but also just the company culture is not good. It's not. And it's mostly the higher ups, because there are people within the company who want to do fun and cool things, and they actually do care about classic Lara Croft. But sadly, the higher ups at Crystal Dynamics are just hell-bent on inserting their politics into everything and just ruining Lara Croft's legacy. So I can't find those. I'll have to look and share that in a future stream or something. But yeah, a lot of complaints from people who work at Crystal Dynamics or who are working with them on collaborative projects for just how awful the higher ups are there. So let's go ahead, and that was a nice discussion. Y'all know I can talk about Tomb Raider. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not missing any Rumble rants, because I gotta still show Rumble some love. Oh, hold on, let me. Okay. Here we go. Rumble rants. We've got Hunter Brooks. This is Melanie. Are you familiar with Drake and Order of the Flame? I think it came out in 97. It was essentially a medieval fantasy Tomb Raider of its time with aerial combat with your dragon. That does sound really familiar. Let me see. Drake and Order of the Flame. Oh, yeah. Let me share. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. I have seen this, but I've never played it. So, yeah, I definitely have to add this on my to play list one of these days. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let me get the other. We've got Lairdo or Laird of Dorkness with a 2 says, never interested in superheroes as a kid. I loved Godzilla based. Godzilla's awesome. Did you see the teaser for Supernova? Will the antagonist be Gigan or Space Godzilla? I feel like the new movies are becoming Kong and Friends. Was there a new... Did I see this? I don't see, I don't recall a teaser for... I don't know, but that sounds like it could be good. Okay, so this is the Godzilla X Kong universe. Here's my thing. I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't like the last one. I thought it sucked. It was terrible. The last Godzilla X Kong movie, I hated it. I did like the Godzilla versus King Kong, like the first, well, obviously the very first one, but I did like even the legendary version. But the sequel, I hated it. I thought it was the worst. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely looking more forward to like the Godzilla -1 sequel, because I think -1 was just so fantastic. Okay. So let's see. Oh yeah, now back to the super chats. Tony Morrow at the 199. I love nitpicking you over Tomb Raider. You were complaining in my comments about me making too many Tomb Raider videos. That's basically what my channel, like, hey, I'm talking about Tomb Raider. If something Tomb Raider happens, I'm talking about it. Like, that's I'm basically a Tomb Raider channel at this point, because I haven't been uploading a lot of other regular stuff here. I've just been focusing so hard on my Bible channel. Like, my biggest priority right now is my Bible channel. I'm wanting to do much more with it. So, much more like, I want to encourage people. I want to encourage people to read the Bible. I want to encourage people to follow Jesus Christ. And I want to encourage people through things that they're going through in their life and how they can apply the Bible to help them. So I do want to do more videos that will hopefully be of encouragement to people. And I'm doing the daily devotionals right now, but yeah, I'm considering putting those for daily members content, because a lot of people want to see more of like my voice and my content surrounding, and being able to share things like my testimony and things like that surrounding my faith. I'm figuring it out. Like, my Bible channel right now is a bunch of like, okay, let me get this all figured out and we're figuring it out together, guys. Weightlifting Wigger says, which version of the Bible do you recommend? I really love ESV. That's why I read in my own time. I do read NLT a lot as well, especially on my Christian content that I upload, the Bible verses of the day and stuff like that. I do use NLT because it's just my goal is reaching people who either haven't heard the word or who are very new to it. And I think that the NLT is easiest to understand in that regard. But once you like really go dive deep into different studies and stuff, it certainly helps to look at different translations and things. But I think the ESV is good because it is easy to understand, but it's it's great. ESV or NLT, I like those a lot. Yeah, I like Wes Huff. His content is really good. He's just like a scholar in the manuscripts and all that. Like, he's brilliant. Vintage says, "Hey Mel, saw you on Michael Knowles. You are really good. Sorry for that weird Emily chick was so bitter. Keep preaching that word to him. You should have had more time on the show and pray for that girl." Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't upset about Emily. She definitely did. She seemed kind of flustered, like upset. And she definitely took that out on Savannah, which I didn't like to see that. But no, I wasn't bothered. I'm actually pretty even keel when it comes to having discussions with people and disagreeing with each other, and it takes a lot for me to have an emotional reaction to it because it's just it's just a discussion, you know. So I think if people try to get into personal insults and things like that, then that's where it's like uncalled for. And she did that with Savannah. She didn't do that with me though. Probably because she probably just doesn't know me. But her and Savannah apparently had previous beef, I think. I didn't know. That was really all. I didn't really know anything about either of them previously. I did, but I have seen some of their content and just didn't put two and two together. That's because Savannah, I've liked TikTok videos she's made before. But I didn't follow her at the time because, you know, sometimes you're just scrolling and you just like stuff, but you don't necessarily follow it. And that's what happened. So I did remember her after I looked her up. After that, I was like, she looks familiar. And then I remembered that. Emily, I had seen that clip of her. I didn't recognize that was her at first because she used a filter on that. I don't know why she would use a filter because I think she's way prettier without it. But she did use a filter in that video that changed her face up a little bit. So I didn't recognize her. But I do remember that video because we talked about it on Quartercast before. Are you going back on the Daily Wire? Michael Knowles said something about maybe doing a part 2 to that discussion. So we'll see. I don't know of any, so I don't have any anything currently locked in, but I'd be happy to be back on the show. When was I on Michael Knowles? It aired last week. On the Michael Knowles channel, we were just talking about the topic ended up being a lot about women's role in society, essentially. I don't know. Some people in the comments are like, because I talked a lot about, I like to talk about, you know, from the biblical perspective and stuff like that. So we were talking about housewives and house moms and stuff like that a lot. And some people in the comments are like, why is she talking about that when she's not a wife or a mom right now? And it's like, so I have to be a wife or a mom to talk about my experience of growing up in a homeschool family? Like, that's exactly the angle that I took. It was, I think that if there are children involved, an ideal scenario is if the mom can stay home with the children and homeschool them. And my experience growing up and being homeschooled in a Christian family, yeah, I don't have to have kids to be able to talk about that when I've experienced that. And I'm sharing how I think in a perfect society, as perfect as we can have it, that's how it would be. That's the ideal. So I don't know why people get all triggered about that. Like, I'm not allowed to talk about it unless it's a weird thing. Because I wasn't approaching it as like, hey guys, I'm perfect and I've done everything perfect in my life. And this is, anybody who knows me knows I'm talk about when I've hecked the heck up. And yeah, anyway. People are just dumb. But I should be able to share my opinion about that stuff. Why can't I have an opinion on that? That's why we were there, to discuss our opinion. And we three had different backgrounds, different life experiences, and we were talking about it. So, yeah. And that's the thing too, is if I talk about an ideal just because I haven't been in that situation, well, I don't claim that my circumstance is the ideal for everyone. I don't claim that. That's the difference. I think most people, yeah, this is what I described what is the ideal for most people, but yeah. I don't know. Some people just some people log on the internet just to get mad. Like they just want to get mad. They're looking for people to get mad at. Sometimes I'll ask people whenever they just leave a hate comment for no reason. And I usually just ignore this stuff, but sometimes I'll just ask them, I'll say, hey, just curious, what was going through your mind to make you comment something like that? Like, is there any reason why you would what inspires you to go on the internet and say something like that for no reason? And then yesterday I had someone, he's like, oh, I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's just a knee-jerk reaction it's just a knee-jerk reaction. I just typed something without thinking. And it's like, well, maybe if your inclination when you're on the internet is to type hate to people who've done nothing to you and are doing nothing wrong in that instance, maybe if your inclination and your knee-jerk reaction before even thinking is to insult them, you have to think, is that how you want to live? Is that the kind of person you want to be? And what's going on in your life for you to feel compelled to do something like that? You know, I get it. If we're online and we see things going on in the world, let's speak out against, this stuff that's going on in society that's hurting people, this and that. But when it's just, oh, let me log on and let me insult this person for no reason who's doing nothing wrong and who's not hurting me or society right now. It's like, what makes people feel compelled to do that? It's sad. All right, let's see. We've got the Pro Gamer 440 with the 199. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And Raider gifted a whopping 20 Melanie Mako Boom memberships. Thank you so much. I've got videos on my members only section. Oh my goodness, it was crazy because I had a members only video where I said don't be fat, which I was just blown away. I forgot I need to reply to that. I got a comment from somebody because I uploaded that months ago. Well, I got a comment from somebody yesterday who said, hey, they were thinking about, I know they had some like health issues going on because of their weight and how they were thinking about that they need to get on track with their health. And then all of a sudden, boom, that YouTube video shows up, my members video of don't be fat is what I titled it. And I just said, hey, you don't want to be fat? Do this, do this, do this. It's really easy. I don't remember exactly how I said it, but I basically said to the effect of pick a protein, cook it. If you want to add vegetables, great, do it. And non-starchy vegetables. And there you go. Eat that every day. And drink water. And you will lose weight. Period. Don't even worry about measuring things. Just do that. And don't cook with anything but butter. Like, do that and you will lose weight. Period. And also, anyway, I made that video and I was like, I'm not saying this is the only way, but I'm saying it is a way that will work. So he commented yesterday and said he tried that and he lost 50 pounds. I was like, oh. And then, I don't remember the whole comment, but it was so nice. I was like, oh my goodness, that's so nice. So I love seeing stuff like that. All right. So I definitely, if you got a membership from Raider, please say thank you to Raider for that. And I hope to see you in my comments for my members' videos. I need to do more vlog type stuff there. Just random, like, hey, this is something. I think that's just what's best. Because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what content to put on there. But I think just ramblings seems like people enjoy those enough. Um, all right, we've got Vic the Red with a 2 says YouTube and Grok are both woke and that's gay. Thank you, Vic. Logan with a 2, what are your thoughts on the Epstein situation? Honestly, I think it's unfortunate that we don't have the list. I never thought we were going to get it though, so I'm not like shocked. I knew we wouldn't get it. I knew at best if we got some sort of list that it would just be something watered down and it would just, they would have some fall guys and then they would protect the names that they wanted to protect. I never expected us to get an actual Epstein list. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's not a surprise to me. We got, oh my goodness, Raider again with a $56.83 Wombo super chat. It says nothing, mic drop moment. Thank you so much, Raider. You are awesome. Thank you for that. Robert Jordan with the $10, just in case no one told you today, you're beautiful. Oh my goodness, thank you. That's so nice. Thank you so much. Austin Brown on the $5 says, have Jeremy watch Dr. Ken Berry's video about gout and carnivore diets. It goes over the most recent research on triggers. Hint, it's not the meat. So yeah, that's the thing. I've been carnivore for almost 6 years. It's changed my whole life. And I love encouraging. I've had so many people that have left comments because I used to do a lot more like fitness type content and stuff when I was really into going to the gym for a couple of years. But since carnivore, like I've seen how much it changed me. I used to talk about it a lot more. And so I've had people who tried it from my viewers, and so many people have lost like 50, 100 pounds. Like they're like, oh my goodness, thank you. I tried carnivore because of you and I reversed my diabetes and this and that. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And that's one reason why I love talking about it, because I like to help people with that information, because carnivore diet helped me. I have endometriosis. And for those who don't know what it is, it's like a hormonal thing for like women when your uterus lining is on the outside of your organs. So you can get really flared up, you can get bloating and like really bad bloating and fatigue and pain. So I lived like that ever since puberty. And then I started carnivore diet because I heard that it helped that. I started 6 years ago, or not quite 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years ago in October. And it took like a couple months as like my hormones adapted to the changes. And then all of a sudden I just realized it was like, oh, the pain is gone. No, like they're almost completely gone. It just depends. Every once in a while I'll still get like a little bit of a flare up, but it's not that bad it's not debilitating like it used to be. So it changed my life so much. Granted, oh my goodness, what was that, last week? No, for the past couple weeks, last week and the week before, I had flare-ups with that. And I didn't understand why, because I was like, I'm still carnivore. Here I've been doing this almost 6 years, and I've had no issues as when I've been strict. Like I had some flare-ups whenever I had cheat meals and went off track for a little bit. But hey, I've been really good at staying on track. So I'm like, why am I having issues? Why am I so bloated? Why am I so fatigued? And depression too. That's the thing. If you have inflammation issues or any type of underlying health issues, that can affect your mental health a lot, especially inflammation wise. When you're dealing with inflammation, yeah, that will affect your mental health. And all of a sudden, it's like, why is my depression like? Why am I feeling depressed? Why do I feel like I'm on a depressed episode? What is going on? I'm on track with carnivore. Well, then I like really looked into it. It was because I was eating for 2 weeks straight. I got lazy groceries. So I was eating nothing but summer sausage and fermented goat cheese, right? And in general, hey, that's not bad, right? Especially in terms of like, hey, it's not going to make you gain a lot of weight. It's not going to make you gain any weight, really, for the most part. It'd be really hard to gain weight on that. But they're high in histamines. Fermented foods and like processed meats like summer sausages and aged and processed meats can be high in histamines. So what happened is I ate 2 weeks straight of just super high histamine foods, and I got myself histamine overloaded. So once I made that connection, I was like, oh, heck. So then I just stopped doing that and started getting like regular foods, like regular meats that I'm just grilling and just eating grilled meat and butter and chicken liver. I love chicken liver. And then then I was like, oh, okay, now then things resolved themselves and I'm back to feeling great. But anyway, TLDR, I got my quality of life back from carnivore diet. So I like to tell people about it. I've told Jeremy about it. And he tries, that's the thing, unfortunately, with Jeremy is that he just doesn't, I think he needs to find what he'll stick to. Because not everybody, and that's the thing, not everybody has to do it that way. Me, with carnivore diet, I stick to it because I'm going to have a lot of negative repercussions if I don't. And I can't deal. So I'm not going to have no flare-ups and no bloating and no pain. So I just stick strict with it. But some people, as long as they find what works for them, it don't have to be carnivore. But so I think that's what Jeremy needs to do. But he's tried carnivore, but he didn't stay strict on it. Probably because, multiple reasons. He's a workaholic. When you're constantly in that mode like that, it can be stressful. And so a lot of times you seek things like food or if he wants to have a drink, which for those who don't know, Jeremy is from the Quartering. That's who I co-host with. So he'll do that. And the thing about carnivore, if you want carnivore to work, you have to actually be strict with it. Now, you can still see some improvements possibly, but if you're like, oh, I'm going to do mostly carnivore diet, but I'm still going to have donuts 3 times a week. I'm still going to eat a bunch of donuts and still going to have alcohol and this and that. Well, if you're still going to be eating a ton of carbs and carby, starchy, and alcohol and all that, well, you're not really going to get the healing benefits of carnivore then if you're not strict with it. Now, if you're like, oh, I want to try carnivore, but I'm going to have some vegetables with it, hey, that's not exactly carnivore, but hey, you'll still get benefits. But if you're still eating junk, like donuts and breads, all that starchy foods, processed foods, alcohol, then you're not going to get the benefits. So and that's the thing about gout too, is red meat can inflame it, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's just like, well, Kim Berry will explain it way better than me, but it's not the problem. That's not why it happened. And if somebody got on carnivore diet, they could resolve their gout. But in the short term, they might have some flare-ups from it. But that's why I think personally, I'm not a doctor, but I think it's an ideal of, okay, go ahead and try a carnivore with less red meat or whatever until you get your gout under control. Once you got it more under control, then you want to eat more red meat. Then that red meat's not going to make your gout flare up as much again. It shouldn't. So I don't know. Watch Dr. Ken Berry's video because he's the expert. He's the doctor. And he is a carnivore doctor. Awesome. Like I said, I've been carnivore for 6 years. But I don't see the Quartering sticking with it strictly because, like I said, he's a workaholic and food is what he's getting a lot of, like most people, you get some enjoyment out of it. It's like, oh, I'm stressed and like you want a treat and you go get a treat. And when you work really hard and stuff, you're not going to have as much time for cooking and stuff. I don't know. For him, I don't know if he would do it strictly. I think it would help him, but I just don't see that happening. So, I try to encourage him to seek things that he would actually stick to, and that would be awesome. But yeah, it is a bummer that he's having his gout problems. But yeah, meal prepping's great. That's the thing is, I do some meal prepping and stuff, and I usually meal prep a lot, but I cook pretty much every single day, most of the time. Sometimes I'll meal prep enough where I don't have to, but a lot of times I'm cooking every single day. But I cook easy stuff, so it doesn't take long. It's like, yesterday I did a little bit of meal prep yesterday, so far I've not, but I am about to cook after stream. But yesterday I just chopped up a bunch of chicken breast, cooked it or grilled it with some seasonings, and and I had some leftover chicken liver that I baked the day before. But yeah, I just cooked that a couple. I had lunch. I usually eat 2 meals a day, and then I do eat sugar-free barbecue sauce with it now though. That's my thing is I'm very strict carnivore, but I do eat. I've lightened up a little bit when it comes to sauces, as long as they're not sugary. Like, oh, have a little hot sauce with some chicken, sure, or a little sugar-free barbecue sauce that doesn't have carbs, sure, a little bit. I'm not as strict with that kind of stuff because it doesn't make me have any flare-ups. But I know some people won't in the carnivore community won't do that. And I spent most of my carnivore life few years not, but it's not negatively affecting me, so heck. Oh, someone said sugar-free barbecue sauce exists. What the frick? G Hughes, my ninja G Hughes. Let me show you guys. They sell this at like regular grocery stores and Walmart and stuff. Look at this. My ninja G Hughes, he's the GOAT. Sugar-free barbecue sauce. He's got hickory. There's different flavors, but if I'm going to be truthful, they taste the same to me. I don't notice any difference on the different. But yeah, sugar-free barbecue sauces. If you're going to look at the nutrition facts, this one's sweet heat. I haven't tried that because I don't do well with spicy stuff with my endometriosis symptoms. But look at this. It's like 5 calories per 2 tablespoons. This has 1 carb per 2 tablespoons. I got the hickory flavor. So I think this one is the hickory. Or no, this was the original flavor. But anyway, yeah, this one's 10 carbs or 10 calories. 10 carbs would be a lot. 10 calories per 2 tablespoons and 1 gram of carb per 2 tablespoons. I don't really measure it because I know I'm not eating, like that's the only carb source that I eat every day. And I know I'm not having anything more than just like 4 tablespoons tops when you count lunch and dinner. So I'm getting like 2 carbs a day. Not a big deal. But yeah, my ninja G Hughes definitely suggests game changer with the sugar-free barbecue sauces. It's just nice. You know, I did carnivore for years without the extra sauces. And yeah, it's great, but it's like, why not? Why not have some of these sauces here and there? If it's not negatively affecting me, why not? So, but yeah, if I eat steak or something, I don't add any sauces. Steak is super flavorful. Ooh, yes, pork rinds. I have made pork rind nachos a lot. I have done periods of like not eating pork. I've tried the Bible diet. Well, Bible carnivore. You know the Bible, the Levitical list of clean and unclean animals. I've done that where I've just not eaten any unclean animals. I don't think it's a sin to eat unclean animals. We're not under Levitical law. And even then, I don't think it was inherently, this is just my opinion. I don't think it was inherently considered a sin for them to do it, except for it would have been disobedience because God told them not to. And the reason why, God was going to be among them, right? And this was before Jesus Christ died on the cross and he was just among them. Just to be in the remote vicinity of the glory of God, they had to go through so much purification. They had to bury their feces. They had to be like, anybody who had eczema couldn't go to the tabernacle because they were deemed unclean. And it wasn't that they were sinful for having eczema, but in the presence of God, it's just like, wow, you can't be here. Oh, people who had dwarfism, right? A woman on her monthly period had to be go away until she was done. Things of that nature. So I don't think it's a sin to eat those foods, but I see the reasoning being that, hey, they had to go through all this stuff and be as pure as possible to be within the presence of God. And pork is an unclean food. Like this is another thing, is just scientifically, when you look at what the Bible talks about with clean and unclean foods, it actually checks out scientifically. So that's just further. I mean, I already know the Bible is true, but it's just further evidence. It's amazing. So anyway, I've tried that where I've not had any unclean foods, and I'm telling you, I felt great. After I did that for a while, I went like a year almost where I had almost no. It was just like a couple times that I did, but basically a whole year of no unclean foods. So then I was like, okay, and then I had pork rinds again, and I felt kind of sick. It's crazy. So ever since doing that, I don't eat pork a whole lot. It's pretty rare, but I do notice that I get a little bit of an upset stomach if I eat pork, or shellfish, any of the unclean foods. It's crazy, but yeah, but it's not too bad. Does bacon make you feel bad? Admittedly, bacon doesn't. Not as bad as like if I were to just eat ham, like baked ham or something. But yeah, I'm not telling people not to eat this stuff. I was just sharing my experience. So I do typically, even in my day to day, I do typically just eat just chicken or beef. That's almost all I eat is chicken or beef. Eggs too. Um, I do, because yeah. But hey, one of my favorite places to go to is like a local barbecue place if I'm going to eat out, and they have amazing pork ribs, so I will eat those. But sometimes I feel a little like nauseous after. No rice? No, I don't eat rice. I'm on the carnivore diet. That is true. A lot of the unclean foods were hazardous without modern proper cooking techniques. That is true. All right, let's see. Man, I love talking about carnivore. I don't do it as often because I notice like people get annoyed when I do, but I can't help it. I love it. And when it's just like, man, it changed my life so much. Sometimes people are like, why are you talking about? I just saw another carnivore creator on TikTok today who was just saying the same thing. They're just like, she's like, it changed my life. It fixed my health. Of course I want to talk about it because I want to help other people. But yeah, if you have any sort of like, that's the thing is modern diets, if people think that, oh, after you get 30, then you should just, having joint pain and aches and losing your energy and this and that. That's just normal. And they don't realize that doesn't have to be your normal. The reason why it's normal is because we're in a very unhealthy society and our modern food system is extremely unhealthy. So if you changed up your nutrition and ate real food and cooked your own food, you don't have to get fat. You don't have to have all these ailments and all of that. And I think a lot more people are more sick than they realize that they are too. Dealing with things like fatigue and low energy and things like that. So, yeah. And mental health. I think a lot of people's mental health would be improved if they ate more carnivore. And even if they didn't want to do complete carnivore, things like keto, you hear a lot of people improving their health. But just especially if you're avoiding the processed junk and you're just eating the cleanest foods you can eat in our modern society and how their food's processed is just to eat meat and eggs. But anyway, a lot of people get really mad when I demean Oreos and stuff. So we'll leave it at that for now. Oh, really? With the $2 says, hey, sister, ever do a live stream Bible study? I have had my streams turn into a bit of Bible studies before. It definitely happens, but I've not had an exclusive Bible study stream. I do have a Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack, where I have daily devotionals and I have, I read the whole Bible on there. And I have Bible-based topics. But what I am leaning more to for that channel starting next week is going to be more of an emphasis on the actual topics, on Bible-based topics and me talking about those. And then I think I'm going to put the devotionals for members because I'm finding that people want to see more Bible-based topics, and I don't want to quit doing the devotionals because I enjoy those. So I do want to keep those going for members on the Bible channel. I don't have members set up yet there. I just submitted the application for that. So hopefully that will go through soon so I can get this all figured out. But in the meantime, I'm still having the daily devotionals until I get everything. I still have a lot to do that I'm overhauling with my channel there, but I'm excited about it because that's where you're going to see the most content is on my Bible channel. I've also got the daily verse of the day on YouTube Shorts every single day at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time. You're going to get a Bible verse of the day that I will read to you, and hopefully that will help jumpstart your day. And in addition to that, right now I've got the daily devotionals, and then I'm going to, like I said, maneuver that a bit to have more Bible-based topics. And yeah, I'm shooting for like four to five videos a week on there of Bible-based topics. And then the devotionals will stay for members only. Because people prefer the topics. And I don't want to completely take away the devotionals. So, a shooter down under says, have you been following Stop Killing Games? I haven't that much. No, like I've seen a little bit about it, but I just haven't looked into what all that is about. I think they got a lot of signatures or something. I know that the movement and people within that movement do seem to be speaking against things like, oh, you don't own games. Like, you can't own your games proper and things like that. So they do seem to be calling out a lot of the issues with current, gaming industry problems. So, I mean, yeah, I need to look into it. We've got Winged Light with a $9.99. Thank you so much. With Lara supposedly leaving Dead by Daylight and Crystal Dynamics being a big part as to why the Perfect Dark reboot got canned, I wouldn't be surprised if Embracer closes them soon and auction Lara Croft to another company. I think that's definitely the ideal, is that Crystal Dynamics does get shut down. I would like to see, in a perfect world, I would like to see Embracer hand the Tomb Raider IP to Saber, the developer Saber, who made the classic remasters. I don't think Tomb Raider needs to be this hundreds of millions of dollar budget mainstream game. I think Tomb Raider is perfectly fine staying in the lower budget classic type adventures. So hire fans to do it like they did with the remasters and actually continue after the events of Angel of Darkness, but gauge it back to classic. Right? Like make Lara find that fountain of youth, which was going to be a plot point in the classics that they had already bounced around the idea for, but they didn't do it. So that she can go on infinite adventures. There you go. You got it. but yeah, I think Saber, they actually hired super fans of the franchise, and they know what they're doing. Crystal Dynamics is they have mismanaged the franchise. I don't think they've made a single proper Tomb Raider game in their history. And I don't think they have what it takes. And I think they're struggling so much with Tomb Raider. And I made videos about this, but they're struggling so much because like their entire reputation is on the line here. If they deliver a flop, the company's getting shut down. We know this. I think they need to shut it down already. Don't even release it. But you've got Amazon Games funding it this time. I'm right with you, Patrick. I'm still standing with Trump too. We've got Bob Ross with the Wombo 50. Thank you so much. Miss Mac, I love your voice and think you're great. Oh, how nice. That's so nice of you. You are epic, Bob Ross. Thank you for that Wombo super chat. Very generous, and I appreciate it very much. Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got to get to this Rumble rant before I get to more super chats. TZ76 Patriot with a $20 says, things might be improving. Last year after New York Pride Parade, my friend saw a guy in a bikini doing a walk of shame that Monday morning. This year she didn't see anything weird. Keep praying. Love it. I think that we are seeing a lot less of that degeneracy. I think that God is healing society in a big way from that demonic LGBTQ stuff. You see a ton. I'm seeing a lot on Twitter, or not Twitter, on TikTok, where a lot of the youth who were doing the transgender thing, how they are detransitioning, and a lot of the youth who got into the gay stuff, how they are getting out of that and they're finding Jesus. So we are seeing a bit of a rise of that. And I love it. I think we are seeing some healing from this evil demonic disease. So we definitely got to keep praying, and we got to keep speaking out. It's been hard. It's been so hard to deal with so much backlash and hate from us speaking against this evil ideology these years. But it's worth it. It's so worth it to see it start to go away. And it'll never be fully eliminated. But to see it be less popularized and celebrated, and to see improvement in that. Because at the end of the day, people want to act like we're hateful for speaking against this stuff. But really, we're the ones who are being loving in this case, because this stuff does need to be called out for the evil that it is. And we shouldn't mince words about it or try to make it sound fluffy and nicer, or make we have to be honest about how disgusting and perverted that really is, because we don't want people falling into that and ruining their lives with that. And we also don't want that for society. You have to have standards for what is acceptable in society, and that should be unacceptable. Because it will destroy society, 1000%. It does destroy societies. Disaffected Scientist with a 2 was reading 1 Kings 22:18 through 22, and heaven is going to be fun. Heaven's going to be great. Wait, I'm trying to see what. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Sansa Nuno with the 10 says, wow, episode 54, I know. Same as the house number of my home for the first 17 years of my life in that small town in Cumbria, Northwest, UK. Now in a small town in Cornwall, Southwest UK. Go boom and God bless. Wow. That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Sansa Nuno. Oh, we got Push-ups with the $10 says, just to tick some people off, I've got some news. I got my ticket to Israel for November, going to see the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where there's a piece of the true cross and other stuff. How awesome. Well, I hope you have a wonderful time. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Push-ups. Tony Morrow with the 199 says, the no client list is a chess move by Trump. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. JR the 2 says, Jeremy should go vegan and become cool. No! For those who don't know, Jeremy the Quartering, I co-host on Quartercast every Tuesday and Thursday with the Quartering and Hannah Claire. So we'll be live tomorrow. Hope to see you there. Lone Wolf with a $5 says, what's your opinion of keto bread? Now, if you're going to the store and getting keto bread, it's going to be junk. My opinion on this kind of stuff is it better than the alternative? Yes. But if you actually are looking for big results in your health, that would fall under junk food still. So that's the thing when it comes to what kind of results you're looking for. Are you looking for amazing results? Are you looking for a slight improvement? Because you're going to get what you put into it. So I personally, like, again, if you feel like you're doing pretty good and you're not really having any issues with you're not trying to trim up or you're not trying to fix any underlying conditions, sure, replace regular bread with keto bread. That would be an improvement. But if you're just like, hey, you really want to get in the zone and really want to fix your health, I would avoid it and stick to real foods. Just meat, eggs, dairy if you tolerate it. Mostly meat and eggs though. But yeah. Now, if you're really fat, you can still lose some weight on the keto junk. But it's not as healthy of a way to do it. So it just depends. That just depends what your goals are. Ryan with a 2. Did you see the Rooster Fighter anime trailer? Oh. What? Is it actually a rooster fight? Oh no. Hold on. I hope this doesn't encourage people to actually do rooster fighting because that's terrible. But let's see what this is. Oh, yeah. It is an Oni. Oh, little chick. Oh! Oh, it's a black chicken! My parents have a black chicken named Heckle. Oh my goodness, I must watch. That's a must watch. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Wow. that looks amazing. All right. I definitely will watch that. Spring 2026, it looks like. Thank you for dropping that suggestion. Let's see what Crisscross with a $5 says. I eat what I call plate pizzas. Put a thin layer of no sugar Prego sauce, which you lace with liquid stevia. Then you place your different cheese and pepperonis. That sounds awesome. I have made like keto pizzas or carnivore pizzas in the past. Great stuff. Or sometimes you just want something quick. Just put some shredded cheese on a plate with some pepperonis on it and microwave it. That's that can be good stuff. Winged Light with a 499 says, I would kill for either Sega or Capcom to take Lara under their wing if Embracer auctions it off. Imagine a Tomb Raider game running on the Resident Evil engine. Yeah, I mean, I used to like really, really want Capcom to make a future Tomb Raider. Now I don't know. It depends. Would they actually stick with the classic formula? That's my thing. I don't want them trying to go with this like cutting edge AAA style. I want an actual classic style of gameplay. So I don't know. We'll see. And, I'm sure in the right hands, a company could, with modern tech, make something amazing. It's just I've become so jaded that I just don't trust it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens if they do give it to another studio. Douglas with a $10, $10 to see you react to epic rap battles. One, I'd like to see you react to is Clint Eastwood versus Bruce Lee. Eastwood. Let's see. I've seen, this one was old from 12 years ago. I've never seen this one. I've seen a couple epic rap battles and stuff, but I've not seen this one. So let's see what this is about.
Epic rap battle of the world! Clint Eastwood versus Bruce Lee!
I got the baddest disability that the world ever saw. Defeat whole karate schools and motherfuckers with claws. How can you talk more shit with my fist in your jaw? Don't need words to serve ya, I'ma just say what's wrong? Your movies think boss, their stories.
Would they be offended by that these days? The woke police?
Vortex, I'm the king of nunchucks. I fucked up Chuck Norris. I invented Jeet Kune Do, so take my slipper shoe. Here's my two-finger push-up, tongue F-U.
You scream like a girl and got moves like Jagger, but I'll rip through your ass faster than a poo-poo platter. You're in the gym too much, Ringo, perfecting kicks. You should spend more time matching your voice up to your lips. You belong to flake, you belong to sweatshop. So go ahead and make my iPod. Those little dances you do don't threaten me, Bruce. Fuck you, dude. I even squint better than you.
I be the good and the bad. You must be the ugly. I would mess up your face, but your mama did it for me. Don't tuck your pistol for a fistful of your $1 million babies. You were cool in the 80s, maybe, but now you're just crazy. A man who argues with people who aren't even there is more fit to rap against this fucking jail.
Just feel lucky, punk. That's what I'm asking. You can't be too tough. You got killed by an ass brain. Your 1-inch punch, same size as your pecker. Leave the rapping to me. Stick to Chinese checkers. I'd beat you in round 2, but that'd be unbelievable. No one in your
Am I gonna get a copyright? I don't want to get a copyright.
family ever lives to see a sequel.
Who won?
Oh, this is tough because I like them both. I think they were both amazing. How can I pick a winner out of that? Oh, I would say if I had to pick a winner, though, Clint Eastwood won that. But I love them both. All right. Let's see. We got Old Renaissance Boomer with a 5 says, I like it when you ramble. You seem to have a little fun with that. And also a little less stressed. Be blessed and have fun and go boom. Thank you so much. Yes, if you just got a gifted membership today, you all have access to my members only videos. And my last one was just me just chatting. Me just rambling. It was fun. Winged Light with a $9.99 says, fun fact, Sega has Sonic Twitter takeovers where they answer fan stuff with voice actors. And we learned Shadow has a 20-step skincare routine, and both him and Amy love Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter. Yikes. Interesting. That's funny. JR the 2 says, Rooster Fighter looks better than Superman. You know what? I do agree. I have to admit, I agree with that assessment. Now, I do think I'm still going to watch Superman. I think I'll like it. But that Rooster Fighter just looks incredible. Jake with else joining too says Jesus loves you. Thank you so much. How nice. What a very nice message. Hold on, let me. Okay. But yeah. I know. That was savage, was it not? Wait, how long until the big cat comes out as trans? Who? Big cat? Do you mean Tony the Tiger? Is Tony the Tiger a troon? Alex with a 5 says, good day and evening, Melanie Mac. Go boom. Have a good day today. Love the shirt. So pretty. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, today's been great. I mean, it's been busy. I've been getting a lot of stuff done. And I have like all this overhaul stuff that I'm doing on my Bible channel. So, it's been a lot of planning and filming stuff and planning stuff. And also, yes, Bible verses of the day very soon. When was it? Starting Monday, I think. We're going to see a quality upgrade. Yay. Because I've been filming them on my phone and that still looks fine. But I actually got my camera and have recorded some Bible verses of the day with that to see how that would look. It's so much better. Like, it looks so much more crisp than what the phone recordings have been. So I'm still going to have the daily verse of the days uploaded, that the ones I prepared in advance. But the crisp upgrade will be happening Monday. I think around then anyway. So yeah. Can I read the Bible in Spanish? Well, if I could, I would try it. What's the Bible channel? Glad you asked. Hold on. Let's pull this up. Here is my Bible channel. Bible Time with Melanie Mac on YouTube. Bible Time with Melanie Mac. So yeah, I'm gonna make more videos like this. Better quality though, with my nicer camera. But this is like, I made this video, Are Tattoos Sinful? I get a ton of comments about my tattoos and stuff. So I was like, hey, let me make a video about this. So I'm going to have a bunch of more Bible topic videos. Here you'll see like daily devotionals, which is great. And I'm having fun with that. But I'm going to turn the devotionals into members content because we're going to do more topical stuff for the main content. That's the plan right now. Right now with this channel, I'm still in very... I'm still figuring it out how I want to do this channel. So, but in addition to that, so there's the daily, every single day, I've got Bible verse of the day shorts. These were all filmed on my phone, but soon, next week, we're going to have the high quality camera. So I'm working really hard. I've also been, I've just been prepping a lot. Topics, writing down on my notes, topics, Bible verses. For the verse of the day, I like to look at and like add to my list. So I've got like a whole list of that prep work done with that. I've got a big list of topics that I am going to be covering on this channel. This was one of them. The tattoos. Are tattoos sinful? But I've got a bunch of other topics that we can talk about within the Christian community, or from a Christian stance. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Also, I have my playlist here. If you have not read the Bible, or if you just still want to hear more of it, I have playlists where I've read the Bible. Revelation. Here's my playlist from Genesis to Revelation, because I spent a year and a half with daily Bible reads. And so I've got playlists for all that. So if you would like to, let's say if you prefer to listen to the Bible as opposed to you like listening audio format, you can listen to me read the Bible to you on these playlists that I have curated just for you guys. And then, yeah, the new content will be stuff like here. These are going to be members only. At least that's the plan right now. And then, well, I'm going to keep these up, but any new devotionals are going to be members only. And then we're going to have more Bible-based topics. We're on multiple videos every week, in addition to the Bible verse of the day every single day. So yeah, I'm working really hard on the channel. I've got big plans for that channel. I'm trying to like just put a lot of attention to it because it's so important to me to share the word of God with as many people as possible. That's the goal of the channel. So yeah, I'm working hard. Big Cat with the $2 says, have a good day, Melanie. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good day. Oh, Old Renaissance Boomer, it's your birthday. Everybody, let's say happy birthday to Old Renaissance Boomer. Happy birthday. By the way, you know you're getting old when the candles from your cake set off the smoke alarm. Oh, no. Just saying, Boomer's gonna boomer. Well, happy birthday. I hope you had an absolutely amazing day. How awesome. We've got Worthy is my name with a 499. Stop trying to find happiness. Just appreciate where you are. Then happiness finds you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And that's the thing too, is a lot of times we tend to want to chase happiness in things that we think will make us happy, but that won't actually do that. Especially when, you know, we're flawed human beings and we think that a lot of our fleshly desires will bring us happiness and when it actually brings us pain. And so truly just there's no greater gratification that you'll get than following Jesus and fellowshipping with God every single day through reading the Bible every single day. So I tell everybody, reading the Bible every day changed my life, and it will change yours too. So do that, and yeah, you will have a peace that surpasses all understanding. Okay, let me see if I miss anything from... Okay, good here. Okay, weightlifting Wigger says, didn't God know man was going to betray him, so why create them? Well, God's creation is for his glory, and he had a plan all along. God was always in control. So there's nothing that happened that was something that he didn't know about. So God's ways are way above our ways and way beyond anything we can comprehend. But, you know, God loves us so much. And even as flawed as we are, those of us who are his children, who follow Christ, like how wonderful is it that we're going to be able to spend eternity with God? So yeah, evidently that's God's plan, that even though, hey, most people reject him because that is how sinful nature is, to reject. Human nature rejects God. And that's why we have to be born again. And we are given faith by God. So most people will go to hell. But God clearly, as evident, God didn't create humanity with the outcome being that everybody is going to get saved, because they're not. And it's because we don't even deserve to be saved. So those of us who are saved, it's just like it's very humbling that God had mercy on us. And yeah, it's beyond humbling. But how beautiful is that he wants to spend eternity with us. Main Defender says, I follow both of Melanie's channels. Love them both. Thank you so much. Who said God knew? Biblical references for it. God knows everything. God knows everything, and God is in control too. So, yeah, there's God is always in control. And that's one thing that people, just because he allowed sin to enter the world and all of that doesn't mean God wasn't in control. God allowed it. And yeah, God is all powerful. And we can't even begin to fathom that. So Mel, how do you know how to play Old Rugged Cross on guitar? I could play that. I can't play it right now. My nails are too long. I'm going to get my nails redone this week though, and I'm going to get them cut shorter because they keep growing. Like my real nails have grown a lot, but they put like a gel polish on it to keep them from breaking as easy. But I did break my thumbnail from 4th of July with the water gun thing. So this weekend, I'm going to get my nails done again, and I'm going to have my nails cut shorter because I feel like the longer that they get, it's starting to make me feel handicapped. I'm struggling to type. And I would like to be able to play guitar more. I haven't in a while because my nails have been longer and it's really hard. So yeah, I should warm up and I love that song, Old Rugged Cross. We've got Sansanuno with the 25. Do you see many other fellow sharers of the word doing their lives here on YouTube? If so, have you come across Lance and Jackie Vantine on your feed at all? Lord bless you all for keeping the faith in the holy name of Yeshua, Jesus. There's some creators I follow, some Christian creators, but I haven't seen any lives, and I haven't seen Lance and Jackie, but I don't think I have anyway. I'll have to look them up. Thank you so much. But I think that's wonderful. Oh, when I first came to Rumble, Melanie popped up. I love it. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, we got a Rumble rant. Hold on, let me. We've got Main Defender who says, heck YouTube. We all need to be following and supporting each other's Rumbles channels. God bless you. Thank you so much, Main Defender. And we got JR. It says, Mel's long nails embrace her black roots. Yes, because I am black sometimes. Sometimes I'm black. Sometimes I'm Mexican. Sometimes it was brought to my attention. Sometimes I'm Asian as well. Sometimes I'm white. I am racial fluid. Thoughts on the blacks? My thoughts are that everybody is made in the image of God, of all races, and most humans, well, every human has sinful nature and is inherently evil, but by the grace of Jesus Christ, those of us who are saved are born again, and our heart of stone is replaced with a heart of flesh, a soft heart. So, yeah, there are evil people of all races, and there are people who are my brothers and sisters in Christ of all races. So that's my opinion on that. Racial fluid, that's it. I hope you could detect my jokes. That's the thing. Some people can't detect sarcasm, which it's fine. But I may not. That may be me not knowing that they're joking. All right. Winged Light with the 499 says, according to insider, game companies are already asking the K-pop Demon Hunters team about potential collabs. Oh, that might get me. Because I love K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, that might get me. I might actually, that'd be dangerous. Because, like, I haven't played games like Fortnite or anything like that in forever. I don't see myself installing Fortnite again, even for that. But one of these collabs could get me. K-pop. Korean pop. So there's a, I love K-pop. But there's also a, hold on, try not to sneeze. There's a movie called K-pop Demon Hunters. I love it. I watched it with my sister-in-law. Well, I watched it with my mom and my aunt as well, and my sister-in-law. And my mom and my aunt, they were like, okay, that's kind of cute, but they weren't like super into it. But my sister-in-law and I loved it. We've been listening to the soundtrack from that movie. Apparently it's charting really well. Like, it's really successful. But yeah. Laura Blade says, is K-pop Demon Hunter suitable for young teens like my granddaughter? Yeah, it doesn't have any bad language. It doesn't have any like sex scenes or I think it's rated PG. So yeah, and it's wholesome. It's pretty wholesome. Even though, it has those like demons and stuff, but they're not like super scary. And the demons are bad guys. But it's good. It's cute. I like it. Larry with the 2 says, hi, Melanie Mac. How are you doing today? You're pretty. You watch. Thank you, Larry. That's so nice of you. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Wholesome. Yes, the story is wholesome. It doesn't have any gay crap in it. Thank goodness. It's just good. It's not for everyone because like it's a it's it's a K-pop theme, so it's kind of musical-esque. If you don't like musicals, which I don't like most musicals, but I like stuff like technically Nightmare Before Christmas is a musical. I adore that movie. And K-pop Demon Hunters, I loved it. I just flat out loved it. I want to watch it again. So it depends on what your style is. I think it will probably appeal to girls more than guys. But some guys love it too. It's great. It's not made just for girls. But I'm just saying, it probably would appeal to mostly girls. Do I like the band Blackpink? It's funny, I wear a Blackpink shirt. I wore a Blackpink shirt on stream a couple weeks ago or so. I loved them back with their older stuff, but now that they've been doing their whole singles and things like that, I don't know. People like are like Lisa. She's kind of gone this like stripper route almost. I just feel like I got a bit corrupt. They got a bit corrupt by fame. Not all of them, because like I think Rosie and why am I forgetting her name? Jisoo are pretty wholesome still. Jenny kind of went feminist, just kind of cringe. And then Lisa just went stripper. I don't know. It's lame. It's annoying. But I loved Blackpink before all that. And I still like their songs. But yeah, I think they're more focused on their solo projects anyway. I know they're on tour right now together, and it looks like they got a like a new song that they showed on tour called Jump or something like that. It sounded pretty good, but yeah. I've kind of moved on to other groups anyway. Winged Light with the 499 says the creator of K-pop Demon Hunter said that She wanted the girls to be very feminine and sexy looking as a main design criteria. Did she use the word sexy? Because I don't think they were, I wouldn't call them sexualized. It felt very kid friendly. They were very beautiful though, but I wouldn't use the word sexy to describe how they were portrayed. I mean, it just depends on what you mean by sexy. Do you mean just pretty or do you mean sexualized? But yeah, it definitely didn't give, it didn't, it what they weren't sexualized with it. It was wholesome and cute. But anyway, yes, would recommend. It's a really fun watch. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call stream here. I still want to eat. I need to cook, honestly. And it's late. And then tomorrow I'll be on Quartercast Live tomorrow. If you guys watch the Quarterings channel, I'll be live with the Quartering and with Hannah Claire. And then as always, I hope to see y'all on my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack as well. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I will catch you next time. In the meantime, go boom.